Alright, so last time we got introduced to the Metal Monster. This time on Shogun Warriors, we're going into the Lair of the Demons? Whatever that is. I mean, we see that Raydeen finally got into the fight. Raydeen versus the Metal Monster here, but I don't know what's going on. Love this cover though. Look at those buildings. Look at all those people running. Yeah, you better run. You fucking ants are nothing compared to these fucking monsters. It's goddamn incredible. Hey, Doug Monch wrote this. That's the guy who wrote The Forensic Files of Batman, which is a fantastic goddamn book. Into the Lair of the Demons, the 5 pieces of Combatra. Genji Odashu's warrior alter ego attack the hideous Mech Monster. But how? And why? Oh man, those are so fucking... I'm gonna Google it. When I get a second, I'm gonna Google this shit and figure out if there's toys for this thing. The answers are found in the pieces of the past. When Lieutenant Magar, a renegade agent of evil, set out to destroy a mechanical engine of evil science, but through the accidental whims of sorcery, instead created an uncontrollable living being of science and sorcery. The berserk Mech Monster assaulted the city of Metrox. Shortly before, Combatra, one of the mighty Shogun Warriors, appeared on the scene, piloted by Genji Odashu. I got the call to Sanctuary, get help from the others. Yeah, you need fucking help. And in the meantime, activate Combatra's 5-way conversion splits. That's good. That's good chances. At least now it's a 5-to-1 action. Now, she technically outnumbers him, even though he is probably stronger. She has the numbers on her side. And so 5 pieces of Combatra attack the hideous Mech Monster. While from her central command module in Delta 5, Genji monitors the other 4. Not experienced enough to coordinate the entire 5-way attack from here. Oh, look at that. So she does. She has to do all 5. She has to control all 5 herself. It's a difficult enough job to operate Delta 5. So I'd better open the master lock and surrender control to the individual modules, especially Sky Skater at the moment. Oh no, they have robot pilots? This is Centron 2. Sky Skater will obey. Genji gasps, still unsettled by cybernetic integration. Having one's mind's read is strange enough, but telepathy with the machine is downright alien. While down in the shattered streets. Into the park, away from the tall buildings. Alright, Centurions, you're on your own. I've got other business. So she leaves. So each one controls a different part. Combatra calling Dangard Ace and Raydeen. Come in, Shoguns. We read you, Genji. Just hold tight. Yeah, babe, we're on our supersonic way. I'm sure she doesn't appreciate that in the middle of this life and death situation. We ought to be there in a flash. Good, Carson, but listen, I'm rather busy right now. So could one of you check with Dr. Tambura and the followers for any information on this monster or suggestions on how to combat it? Dangard Ace calling Shogun Sanctuary. Request readout on. Yes, Ilongo Savage. We receive you, and we already chart a satellite fix on the creature, but unfortunately the computer analysis is inconclusive. In fact, it is somewhat confused and even contradictory. Do you have the details for them, Basque? Yes, Dr. Tambura. As for the creature's structure, it is definitely artificial and mechanical in composition. Correct, Basque, but it also evinces unmistakable signs of organic life. Indeed, Sherna, but its behavior is completely erratic, following neither programmed nor spontaneous patterns of logic, and thus analogous to neither machine nor living organisms. Quite so, Charn. In short, Shoguns, we are on your own for this mission. The only intelligent conclusion can be drawn from this data is, I'm afraid, a completely useless suggestion. Locate its point of origin. And initiate further investigation. Great, that's useless, leaving me right back where I started. Yeah, okay, so that, I guess, is how she's gonna end up in the Demon's Cave, because that's where it came from. It came from the Ministry of Evil or some shit. I've got to sustain Combatra's 5-way attack and hope the Centurions, Centron 2, oh, they're called Centrons, damage report on Sky Skater 1, can hold the monster at bay, and Centron 5 reporting Ground Rover's airborne assault is ineffective. long enough to prevent any further damage to the city. Centron 4 is a warning issue, and to protect the lives of those people trapped in the park. Centron 3, activating Earth Mover catapults. Oh look, they each have numbers on them too, which is good, because I was getting hella confused, man. And then, at last we're holding them off, Centrons, but how long can we keep it up? When are the other two going to arrive? Don't sweat it, Genji, we're here! Yay, there they are! Full fucking splash page. Pew, 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 blowing up a fucking Mech Monster. That thing is so fucking cool. It's a great fucking design. I would love it for like a movie or something. I don't know, Carson. After taking a close-up look at this thing, I can see why Genji's been upset. No kidding. Look at the fucking thing. It's like a centipede dragon. It's fucking cool. No kidding, Genji and I am starting to feel a bit damp under the collar myself. As we said, Shoguns, you are on your own. Remember your training. Do not let us down. Look out, he's ripping the top off of that building. Flying over the park, trying to drop the rubble on those people. What a douchebag. Can you imagine? I said it before, guys, and I'll say it again. Don't sweat it. I've got the ugly sucker locked smack dab in the middle of Raydeen's sights. Use your missile. And once I load my Screamer Hawk missiles, it'll give me time to make the Presto Changeo conversion from Firehawk into good old plain Raydeen. And now, BAM! Hit him with a telephone tower. So everybody's fucking cable and telephones just went out. Except we don't even use those anymore in our modern age. It's all bounced off of satellites now, I think. I don't actually know. The Mech Monster merely roars, glowing with heat of the fearsome unholy inner fire. He's melted it like butter and now he's free again. I was about to convert back to Dangard's basic fighting form, but maybe it's better to remain locked in Dreadnought Titan mode. Yeah, fucking shoot him! Shoot him! Let's see. Nope, it did nothing. Don't underestimate yourself, Savage. You need to set him up for me and Combatra's 4 Centrons. He's fleeing. He's hurt. But at least he's leaving the park, leaving the entire city. They got him. They fucking hurt him. Yeah, and since it was teamwork that finally turned the trick, let's all gang up on the chase. Genji does not reply, nor does she even hear the resounding cheer rising from the verdant quadrant to the heart of the smoke-spoiled city. A cheer voiced by people who will never forget this day of darkness and salvation. No, Genji Udashu does not hear anything save her own thoughts. This fight could go on endlessly, and what if we drain ourselves of power? There must be a better way, but Tambura said the only other way was... Wait a minute! The suggestion isn't useless. Maybe it makes perfect sense. The only way to find it out is by following it back to its point of origin, yes. Combatra calling Raydeen and Dangard Ace. You two don't need me anymore. I'm going to follow Tambura's suggestion and try to trace the source of the monster. Good luck trying to stop it. Genji, wait, you can't go by yourself. Yeah, she can, she's fine. She's more of a badass than you guys are, trust me. And Combatra soars skyward under the headstrong guidance of a pilot named Genji. At least it's easy to follow the thing's trail. It left a path of destruction everywhere behind it. And if it leads me back to the haunt of Mauer Khan and his followers of darkness, then I may be able to stop not only the Mech Monster, but the very roots of its evil. Whoa, getting a little ambitious there, young lady. I don't think you're up for that. You did what, Lieutenant Magar? I was only trying to prove that the ancient rites are the best way, Lord Mauer Khan, but I do think he did prove that. Because he made one hell of a monster, and it kicked the shit out of the Shogun Warriors. I should slay you for this, Magar, right now. You have ruined my Mech Monster. But it is even more powerful now, Lord Mauer Khan. True, we have no control over it, but it has attacked the Shogun robots anyway, and may well destroy them. Lord Mauer Khan, look! One of the robots has disengaged from the battle and is now approaching the coast of the mainland. On a direct line with the location of this island. Ooh, she gonna find you and fuck your ass up. Then there is no time for fighting amongst ourselves. Magar, for the time being, you will remain in command of the drones. Instruct them to prime our defenses. Yes, Lord Mauer Khan, I will not fail you. But I will still prove you are a wrong, traitorous fool. Let's see how this works out. The path of destruction ends here at the water, and there's nothing beyond except that volcanic volcano. And since it was a volcanic eruption which first awakened Mauer Khan and his dark agents, that would likely seem a likely place to investigate. Yes, a cavern entrance, and I'll bet anything it leads straight down to Mauer Khan's haunt. But I can't enter like this, the tunnel's too small. Disengage! And I will enter as Delta 5-1, leaving the rest of Combatra outside. So she's just her head? It's pretty gloomy in here, but I can see there's a whole network of cave tunnels like catacombs or drones! Chak 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 chak. Oh fuck, they're gonna kill the shit out of her. Damn! They're fucking her up. It's an ambush! They knew I was coming! Yeah, well, you didn't really hide it. I've got to regain control and fight back. But the desperate effort is foredoomed to failure. Indeed, whether Genji Udashu knows it or not. The Delta 5 has already succumbed to Magar's sneak attack, bouncing off the floor, heading straight for the tunnel wall. I've got to hit reverse thrusters and lessen the impact. Boom! The Delta's windscreen pops free, and Genji spills from the cockpit like a rag doll. She does not move. Lord Mauer Khan smirks. Excellent. They got her. They fucking took her ass out, and I, for one, am horribly concerned. Drag her outside, where her presence cannot pollute our sanctum. Yes, this is an excellent indeed. We have captured an agent of the accursed followers of light. I may even permit Magar to live, now that he has rendered this female agent helpless. Meanwhile, on the mainland... Oh, now that we've caught up with this freaking monster, I'm not so glad we did, Savage. I'm beginning to think Genji was right. We've got to beat it as its source. I know what you mean, Carson. That thing's more than enough for the two of us, so let's also hope Genji and Combatra can do something soon. And there's fucking Combatra, literally headless. She's helpless, utterly helpless. Nothing could be better, Magar. We've captured one of the agents and one of their precious robots. Now we can truly use their own science against them by using their own Shogun Warrior to destroy them. We shall see, traitor Mauer Khan. See what may befall this hated icon of science long before you can do anything with it. The wind rises, Combatra's mistress lies at the Shogun's feet. He stands a silent, headless sentinel, unmoving, unable to move. Genji groans, a sound lost in the wind. Next issue. Shogun versus Shogun. Holy shit. They've taken the Shogun. They've taken the Shogun, and they're going to use it to fight the other Shoguns, and Genji is in literal mortal peril. Man, that's so fucking cool. I don't know. What do you guys think? This is crazy because this makes me think, like, how are they going to get out of this one, man? And not to mention the Metal Monster is still rampaging. It's crazy, man. I can't wait to see what happens in the next issue. But that's it for this issue. If you like this issue, if you like reading this issue with me and you want to read more issues with me, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and donate to my Patreon so that I can do bigger projects. Until next time, nerds, stay heroic.